something, we start seeing the same thing around us.
Mm-hmm.
Say, for example, like it's not only in relation to Krishna consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
but from the starting point till now, I see it everywhere. Like, never ever cooking any meal, I thought about this is prasadam. Every time we cook in kitchen now,
Mm-hmm.
the intention goes it as a prasadam. We start doing something like earlier, I wasn't aware of all these terms. Yes, I was not a Nastik, I was doing pranam and daily puja as it is. But once we started learning, once we started believing that surrender is everything, I see that everywhere in life. This is one aspect of it. Like
Yes.
every job I do in the daily life, somehow that feels like I'm doing it for Krishna. I started making less mistakes. I still make mistakes, but I immediately, in split of a second, I regret that this
Mm-hmm.
was wrong, and that intention comes in automatically. So once we believe, we started relating everything around us with the same.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else wants to add something? That what do you think is more real? That if, for example, the moon, you don't see the moon, does that mean moon doesn't exist? Anybody want to say anything? Yes, Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I feel like uh, what we what is there in front of us exists, but because the existence of an object is objective, but our perception becomes subjective. That is why we cannot completely trust what we see as well. So
Yes.
moon is there, but how I perceive moon to be is going to be subjective, which is not true. So I think in cases we can't believe what is truth. Like our belief is also not true, and what we see is also not true.
Yeah, that is very important. Yes, thank you. You are coming to what I wanted to say. Yes. Anybody else wants to say anything or not? Okay, no problem. So this is related to today's topic of this class. So we will discuss that. But before that, I will share my screen and we will try to memorize one verse today. And after my screen sharing works. Mm, this one. So, can everybody see my screen? Let me know when you can see the screen. Can you see it?
Prabhu, it's still loading for me.
Still loading, Prabhuji.
Yes, now.
Yes, we can see it now.
Is it loaded? Okay. Okay. Maybe some of you remember this verse, but we will try to memorize this verse today. And this is your homework for this week, pre-class homework. Okay. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. And repeat. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Okay, we will see the translation. Okay, so can you see the translation? Yes. So there is a wonderful rhyme of this translation. I hope I can say it correctly. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with good determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Okay, so we will try to memorize this. So you can memorize it with actions. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So like this, you can do that if you saw my actions. Were you able to see? My screen was sharing, right?
Yes, Babaji.
Yes, thank you. So please try to memorize this. Anybody want to speak this verse? Try reciting this after me, maybe. Anybody? Or not? Yes, Giridhari Prabhu.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो यतन्तश्च दृढव्रता नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else would like to try reciting this verse?
Prabhu, I can attempt.
Yes, Swamiji, go ahead.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yantascha dridhavratah namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Yes, Swamiji, thank you so much. Okay, so it is yatantas cha drida vrata. So drida vrata means determination. So it is always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So like this. So this line, second line means yatantas cha drida vrata. That they are endeavoring with great determination. That first they are chanting Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, and then they are endeavoring with great determination. Yatantascha Dridhavrata. Dridhavrata means determination, that we have taken Drid, Vrat, that we have taken this vow. And today we are going to see that the Pandavas took many vows, which was caused many conflicts. And Namasyantas cha Mam Bhaktya. So do Namaskar. Namaskar means bowing down before me. And these great souls, Nitya Yukta Upasate, that perpetually worship me with devotion. So like this, we can understand this. Anybody else wants to try reciting this verse? Please volunteer.
Shall I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Very good. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namastasya cha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
Thank you so much. Anybody else wants to try? Who all are there actually? Everybody is listening.
Yes.
Yes. Anybody else? Nobody wants to try. Maybe. Okay. Nobody wants to try. Okay, maybe, but please try to memorize this verse. If you try only, then you can memorize. So we will continue from today's verse. Okay, so what verse are we reading today? Anybody remembers? Nobody remembers?
Oh, Prabhu, 35 was done in the last class.
Okay, so 36. Yes. I don't know why my computer is lagging so much. Can everybody see my screen updated?
No.
Not yet.
Opening, quit everything. Let me know when you can see.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So yes. Okay, so it's updating now. Okay, anybody wants to read this verse? Oh my God, I will read. Papam eva shrayedasman atvetan atata yina tasman arha vayam hantum dhritarashtran sabandhavan swajanam hi katam hatva sukhina shama madhava. Translation: sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, the husband of goddess of fortune? How could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Purport by Divine Seti Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to the Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. A. Poison giver. 2. One who sets fire to the house. 3. One who attacks with deadly weapons. 4th, one who plunders riches. And 5th, one who occupies another's land. And 6th, one who kidnaps a wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man. But Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Ram was also so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Ram, Rama Rajya. But Lord Ram never showed any cowardice. Ravan was an aggressor against Ram because Ravan kidnapped Rama's wife, Sita. And Lord Ram gave him sufficient lessons, unparalleled in the history of the world. In the Arjun's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teacher, friends, grandsons, sons, and because of them, Arjun thought that he should not take the severe steps necessary against the ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjun considered that rather than kill his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on the grounds of religion and saintly behavior. He did not therefore consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdoms and pleasure derived from their form are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjun addressing as the Krishna as Madhava or the husband of goddess of fortune is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as the husband of the goddess of fortune, he should not induce Arjun to wake up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings about misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. So, in this verse, it is one thing that is mentioned is that there are 6 kinds of aggressors. So, these 6 kinds of aggressors are poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, and one who occupies another person's land, and one who kidnaps the wife. So, it is mentioned that in the Mahabharata, the Kauravas, they did all these six kind of activities. They gave poison to Bhima to kill him so that he dies, and then they made a house of lac for the Pandavas, and then they set fire to that house. So the Pandavas escaped by a hidden exit that they made in that house. And then they attacked Pandavas with deadly weapons on many occasions. They wanted to kill them, find them alone and kill them. So like that, they were trying to kill them. And fourth was one who plunders riches. So they stole from Pandavas by unfair gambling match. And then fifth was they occupied Pandavas' land. So they rightfully the kingdom was belonging to Pandavas, but they did not give the kingdom to Pandavas. So they took their land. And the sixth is one who kidnaps their wife. So one is they insulted Draupadi in the midst of the gambling match, the gambling assembly, but they also made a plan to kidnap Draupadi at another occasion. So like that. So in the purport, it is mentioned that it is all the 6 kind of aggressors were the Kauravas. So by Arthashastra, it is allowed that you can kill the Kauravas. And he was Arjun was saying that what will we gain, O Krishna, O husband of the goddess of fortune? So if we kill, then we will have to bear sin. So Arjun has some dilemma that we have to bear the sinful reactions of killing. So for example, in the theory of quantum theory, so there is a quantum theory. So in the science, anybody has heard of that quantum theory? Quantum physics. Please raise your hands if you have heard of quantum physics and you can still hear me.
Yes, sir.
So few of you have heard of quantum physics. Thank you. So yes, so in the quantum physics, there is a theory. So the theory is, there are two theories, two prominent theories. So one is wave particle duality. Okay. And the second is observer effect. So now we'll speak about observer effect. So what happens is, so just by observing the atoms at atomic level, we can understand that they behave differently. So anybody has heard of the Schrodinger's cat? I hope somebody has heard. Yes. Yes. Two of you have heard. So there is something called Schrodinger's cat. This is very interesting. So Schrodinger, he was a physicist and he envisioned a cat and he placed that cat in a black box. And what happened after that was the cat could die in that black box because of the lack of oxygen. So after putting the cat in the black box, the Schrodinger could remove that black box and either you would see that the cat is alive or second that the cat is dead. And then till some point the cat would be alive and then after some point the cat would be dead. So Schrodinger, he explained that while the cat is in that black box, the cat is both alive and dead. It is only when we make that observation that we are seeing that the cat is alive or dead, that the universe makes a choice that now the cat is alive. So the example of cat is not good, but this is more relevant in the example of electrons. The electrons, they behave, so each electron is made up of quarks and quarks have different spins. So one is positive spin and one is negative spin. So each electron is made up of two quarks. One has positive spin and one has negative spin. So the idea is that you can remove those quarks and you can put one quark in the lab and then you can travel with the second quark to the another part of the universe and you can have that in the lab there. And until you observe the behavior of that quark is that it has both positive spin and negative spin. So you can observe that behavior by various experiments. But as soon as you measure that what kind of spin that quark has, then you understand that it has positive spin and then the second one automatically changes its behavior. So up till now, the second one also behaving that it can behave as positive and negative both. But then the second one changes its behavior. So the idea of quantum theory is that by observing the universe, there is changes. So why I explained this? It's because like quantum theory, in the world we are in, we have choice and we cannot be free from karma. So just by our presence, just by our being here, we are always entangled with the karma. We cannot remain an observer. So because observation itself, so Arjun's idea was that he will become an observer and he will remain an observer. But the idea is that observation itself creates karma. So it influences the decision. So Arjun's decision to not fight would also influence the decision of the outcome of the battle. So he can't remain an observer. So that is why that is what we can understand from this verse. That, so I hope none of you were confused by the idea of quantum theory. Does everybody kind of understand this example or not? Yes, few of you understand. And few of you, I think, don't know how to use emojis. Can everybody raise their thumbs up or some emoji so I know that you are able to do that? Yes. And others are, I think, not here. Okay. I see people being able to do that. Thank you. Okay. I think everybody can raise their thumbs. So everybody else didn't understand the example, or they understood? Who understood? Please raise your hands or thumbs up. Okay. Few of you have question. Okay, Ria, you have question or not question. Maybe it means you understood. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for interacting. Okay, we will go to the next verse. यद्यप्येते पश्यन्ति लोभपाहतचेतसा कुलक्षया कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयम् असमाभिः पापदस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलाक्षया कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन. Translation. O Janardhan, although these men, their hearts are overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying the family, engage in these acts of sin? So Arjun is saying that they are not seeing that any sin is happening, but we can see the sin. So why should we do the killing? And in the purport, it is mentioned that a Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble when he is invited by some rival party. Under such obligation, Arjun could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhan. In this connection, Arjun considered that the other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjun, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjun decided not to fight. Okay, so this is very important in this purport, that obligation is binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Because this again, Krishna will also explain to Yudhishthir when the war is happening. Because Yudhishthir, he took one vow, and Bhima, he took one vow, and Arjun, he took one vow. And lot of problems will happen because of all these vows. Okay, so what happened was that Yudhishthir, he understood that there will be a battle of Mahabharata because there was some prophecy that there will be a great battle, and both the families, the entire family will, most of the family will die, and like that. So Yudhishthir, he understood that there is going to be a great battle. So I have to take one vow today that the battle does not happen. So he was trying to control the fate, and the fate was dictating that there is going to be great battle. And he said that I will not let battle to happen only. He took two vows. So one, I will always speak the truth. And second, I will always follow what my superiors say. So because Dhritarashtra was his superior, so anything Dhritarashtra would say, then Yudhishthir would have to follow that. Okay. So this happened. So this was the first vow that Yudhishthir Maharaj took. And because of that, lot of problems happened because he wanted to say no while the gambling match was going on. But because he had taken a vow that whatever his superiors say, that the superior said that you should have to continue gambling, then he had to continue. And also because of bad association, it is described that if you take bad association, then bad qualities will come inside you and you will not be able to control yourself. So like that, Yudhishthir took gambling match and then lot of problems happened. And because he never took a vow to never fight, never say a lie. So at that time, Dronacharya, he was the teacher of both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So Krishna made this plan that we have to trick Dronacharya that his son Ashwathama is dead. And then Arjun said, yes, let's go do that. And but Dronacharya, he said that maybe you are tricking me, that maybe he's not dead. I will only believe if Yudhishthir says he's dead. And Yudhishthir was in a dilemma now. And Yudhishthir said that I have to speak the truth because I took this vow. And if I don't speak the truth, then I am not following dharma. And if I am not following dharma, then what is the point of fighting in the battle? This is a battle to establish dharma. If I am not going to do dharma, then there is no point. So like that. So then Krishna explained that it is the higher principle. Higher principle is that we have to win for establishing dharma. And higher principle is to do the will of Krishna in our life, because Krishna is the dharma. So Krishna's existence itself is dharma. Krishna's words and action, they will lead to dharma. And Krishna wanted to establish dharma by setting Yudhishthir as the king. So he said, first of all, that you have to lie now to establish dharma. But Krishna also was merciful to Yudhishthir. And he said that, okay, if you don't want to break your vow, then you can say Ashwathama is dead. And Ashwathama in Sanskrit also means elephant. And you can see that that elephant, I killed him. So you can say that Ashwathama is dead. So like that, Yudhishthir said Ashwathama is dead. So like it was a play on words in Sanskrit. So he didn't break his vow also. But Krishna also taught him the higher principle is to win the war right now. So like that. So, but there were a lot of problems, very different vows. And then Arjun, he took a vow that anybody who insults the Pandavas, I will kill him. And amidst the battle, what happened was, one time, Yudhishthir Maharaj was insulted and by Karna. So Karna said that, oh, Yudhishthir, you don't even know how to fight. You should leave your bow and you should go commit suicide. Like that. Karna insulted Yudhishthir Maharaj badly. And then Yudhishthir Maharaj came to the tent. And Yudhishthir Maharaj thought that because Arjuna has taken this vow, that he will kill anybody who insults any of the 5 brothers. Then he will definitely avenge me and kill Karna. And Arjun was the only person who could fight Karna, because Arjun is the strongest warrior in the whole Mahabharata. And Arjun and Karna and Bhishma, they are the strongest warriors. So if somebody can fight Karna, it is Arjun and Krishna, who is the charioteer of Arjun. So they both together can fight Karna. Nobody else could fight because they were very, very powerful. So like that. And then Yudhishthira is thinking that he is late, so he's definitely killed Karna and now he's going to come. So Arjun, out of concern for Yudhishthira Maharaj, he said that let me go check what is happening to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Maybe is he all right? And then he goes. And then Arjun says that, oh brother, are you all right? And Yudhishthira Maharaj says that, yes, I am all right. Have you killed Karna? That was his first question. And Arjun says, no, I was worried about you. How can I think about anything? Because if you were depressed and then you did some foolish act, and because a lot of foolish acts were already being done by everybody during Mahabharata. So if you take another vow and then all the things will go chaotic. So like that, I came to check on you that, and Yudhishthir, he starts insulting Arjun that, oh Arjun, you stupid fool, that you don't even know how to honor your brother and you didn't even fight Karna. You don't have no right to be a Kshatriya and you have no right to hold the Gandhi. You should throw away your bow. And like that. And Arjun became angry. And Arjun became so angry that he said that I took a vow that anybody who insults any of us 5 brothers, I will kill them. So I'll kill you now. And Arjun began to kill Yudhishthir Maharaj. And he took his bow, took his arrow, and then he was about to shoot. And then at gunpoint, Krishna said, stop. Don't do anything foolish. And then Krishna said that, okay, so you vowed to kill Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yes? And Arjun says, yes, I did that. And then Krishna says, okay, so for a Kshatriya, dishonor is worse than death. So dishonor. So if you dishonor Yudhishthir Maharaj, then it is also like killing him. And Arjun said, yes, for a Kshatriya, dishonor is worse than death. And then Arjun started scolding Yudhishthir Maharaj that you stupid fool, you couldn't even fight, you took this gambling match, you took this stupid vow, you took this, all these things you did, and you even Draupadi was being disrobed and you didn't do anything, you were important of a man. And then he said that I was going to kill all of them, and then you stopped me also, and like that, you're so stupid, all of this happening because of you. And like that, he insulted really badly. And Yudhishthir Maharaj was already at a point of tears at that time. And then Arjun said that, Arjun, he touched the feet of Yudhishthir Maharaj that, oh brother, sorry, I didn't mean to say any of this. And this is just to fulfill my vow of killing you. And now I have killed you by insulting you. And for a Kshatriya, insult is worse than death. So it is like killing him. So Krishna helped Arjuna to fulfill his vow without actually killing Yudhishthir Maharaj, because that would cause all sorts of problems. So you see, in Mahabharata time, lot of people were taking lot of vows, which was causing lot of problems. So one day Bhima, what happened? Bhima, he went to, so he was meeting Hanuman. So you heard this story from Abhay Prabhu last time, that Lord Bhima, he went to find some 1,000-petaled flower for Draupadi. And he, on the way, he was finding the flowers and looking everywhere. And at that time, there was a monkey. And then there was Lord Hanuman. And he said, if you really want, then you push my tail. And like that. So he could not push the tail. And then he said that I am Pavan Putra Hanuman. And then Bhima said that, oh, I am also Pavan Putra. I am also the son of the wind god. So demigod of wind. So like that. So he said, and then, oh, that means we are brothers. Then you should help me in the battle of Mahabharata. So like that, the events were unfolding. But what happened after that was, Bhima continued to look for the 1,000-petal flower for Draupadi. And he went to a lake. And that lake belonged to Kuber. So, and he found that, oh, there are so many 1,000-petal lotuses. Oh, I will take one. And as he was starting to take, all the yakshas, so many yakshas came, thousands of yakshas, they came and they said, no, this lake belongs to Kuber. And if you have to take one lotus, you have to take permission from Kuber. And then Bhima said that I am a Kshatriya. I beg from no one. And then he killed all of them. Whoever comes in my path, I will kill them. And then he killed all of them and he took the lotus. So like that. So, and Bhima had taken a vow to break the knee of the Duryodhan. So because Duryodhan had said that I will make Draupadi sit on my lap. And because that was a incident that happened in Mahabharata. And then because of that, Bhima had taken this vow. So like that, different vows they were taking, and different outcomes were happening. So, and because of that, there is a lot of problems. So after Bhima took this vow, actually he did the same. At the end of the battle, he killed. So Krishna reminded him that you had to kill him. And Bhima said, okay, yes, you are right. I will kill him. And when Bhima was killing Duryodhan, he said that I will break your knee. And then he broke his knee. But for a Kshatriya, it was forbidden to fight below the belt. So you can only fight till the stomach area. So if you have to use any weapons, you can only fight till the stomach area. And if you fight below that, then it is unfair. And it is mentioned that it is not following the Kshatriya Dharma and you are told to be coward. So like that. So when Balram, he heard that Bhima fought like this, and he said that he was very disappointed. He said, now I will kill you, Lord Balram said. Because Balram was the teacher of, the weapons teacher of both Duryodhan and Bhim. And so if Bhim and Duryodhan, so that's why Balram, when the Mahabharata war was happening, he went away. He said that, oh, I don't want to fight. Both are my disciples. I don't want to fight from anybody's side. So he went on pilgrimage. He went touring in different places and to do different activities. So like that. And when he came to know, then he said, I will kill Bhima. But Krishna said, no, don't do it. No, don't do anything silly like that. So like that. So during those times, lot of vows were being taken and lot of chaos was happening. So we have to understand that there is a higher principle, and the lower principle can be broken in case of the higher principle. So for example, Prahlad Maharaj, the principle is of the scriptures is that you have to follow the advice of your teacher. Okay, so or your father. So whatever your father says, you have to follow. But if your father is not following dharma and your dharma is to surrender to the supreme personality of Godhead, then that means then you can break that principle for the higher principle. So following the orders of your father to a higher principle. And similarly, when Bali Maharaj, his principle was that he should have followed the instructions of his guru. And but the guru of Bali Maharaj was, anybody knows the name of guru of Bali Maharaj?
Guracharya?
Yes, Shukracharya. So there was Shukracharya, and he was the spiritual master of all the demons. And even Hiranyakashipu, he was the spiritual master of Hiranyakashipu also. So, but because Bali Maharaj was the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, so Shukracharya was his spiritual master, and he had helped him also. Shukracharya had helped Bali Maharaj because he knew the Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. He knew the technology to revive persons from death, because it was there in this Vidya was there in the previous ages. So when Bali Maharaj had died fighting the Devatas, so Shukracharya had revived him also. So he was very surrendered, and he was helping him do the yagyas, different yagyas. To first he did Vishwajit Yagya, that he will win over everybody in the whole world. And after that, he was helping him that, oh, you have won over the demigods, but now the problem is that your position is temporary, because if you don't do 100 Ashwamedh Yagya, then Indra will take over again, because Indra has done 100 Ashwamedh Yagya, and only a person who has done 100 Ashwamedh Yagya can sit on the throne. So like that, Shukracharya was helping him so much in all these aspects, and Bali Maharaj was grateful to him. But because he was not surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Vamandev himself had come, Lord Vishnu himself had come as Vamandev to ask for charity. And then he said that everything you will lose, because this is Vishnu, and you will lose everything. So you don't give charity, you don't make the vow. But Bali Maharaj said that I will still take the vow. So that is because it is the higher principle. Because the Yagya Purush has himself come. So we are doing the Yagya for Vishnu. And if the person who is supposed to be the enjoyer of the sacrifices, he himself has come, so we have to do that. So like that, there is a higher principle. So everywhere we can understand when we are conflicted, that oh, this is also said and this is also said, and I don't know what's my duty. So if we have a moral dilemma, then our understanding should be that we can break the lower principle for the higher principle. So like that, I wanted to explain this verse, and then we will take the next one. How much time is it? Okay, we still have time. कुलाक्षय प्रणश्यन्ति कुला धर्मा सनातना धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम् अधर्मो विभवत्युता. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in religion. In the system of Varnashram institution, there are many principles of religious tradition to help the members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying processes in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder members, such family traditions or purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. So Arjun is now explaining. So up till now, Arjun has explained 3 reasons. So one is that there is compassion that a lot of people will die in the war. So how can we kill everybody who are innocent? These soldiers, they don't have not done anything. These Kauravas, they are the enemy, but these soldiers are innocent. And lot of soldiers from our side and their side, they will die. So it is just not good to fight in this war. And then anybody knows the second reason or not? Raise your hands if you don't know. Everybody knows, that means. Okay, Ria doesn't know or knows, I don't know. Okay, I will explain. So second reason was that enjoyment. Okay, so Arjuna was saying to Krishna that if I kill them, all my family members will be dead, and then I will get the kingdom. But who will I enjoy the kingdom with? All my family members, everybody in the family will be dead. So how come I will enjoy? I will not be able to enjoy. Nobody will be there. So because in this world we can't enjoy alone. If we try to enjoy alone, it is not possible. So imagine this scenario that you are trying to enjoy and you are alone in this whole universe. Okay. So what will happen is that you have science and technology and unlimited food stuff, unlimited entertainment, unlimited Netflix, and unlimited everything, and unlimited AI and robots and everything. Everything, all your facilities are being met. If you want massage, that is also being done. If you want to watch entertainment, that is also being done. Social media, everything you can use. But there are no other people. You are alone in this world. You are trying to enjoy all the resources of the whole world. Will you be able to enjoy? Who thinks that they will be able to enjoy or not? Everybody is free to say. Does anyone think that they will not be able to enjoy?
Yes, Prabhuji, because there will be no one to share the happiness,
Yes, thank you. Yes. Anybody else wants to say that they will be able to enjoy or not? Yes, please speak. Yes, Krishna Mataji says that she will not be able to enjoy. Okay, yes. So we can understand this logically that we will not be able to enjoy if there is nobody else. We need other people to enjoy. We need other conscious thinking, feeling, living entities so that we will be able to enjoy. And Arjun says that I will kill everybody and then nobody will be there. And how will I enjoy? So, like that, he is explaining. And then the third one was just we read that there will be sins. So, killing, even though I won't get sins of killing because they are the enemies and they have burnt my house and they have stolen my property and stolen my wife and all these things. They have done these 6 illicit activities that should not be done. They have done all the bad things and I can kill them legally, but still, killing itself is sinful because if I kill them, then I will have to bear the reactions according to Dharma Shastra. So there is first is Artha Shastra, first is Kama Shastra. So Kama Shastra says some stuff, and then there is Artha Shastra. So if you want to live in this world, you need money. And so the instructions of Artha Shastra are more important than Kama Shastra. And if you want to establish Dharma, then you have to follow the Dharma Shastra. So instruction, if you have the higher instructions, then you can override the instructions of the lower scriptures. So like that. So Arjun is saying that according to Dharma Shastra, we can't kill because we will still get the things. So like that. So there are these 3 things. And then the fourth reason is being explained today. That if we kill, then the traditions of the family will be destroyed. Then people in the family will suffer because the elders will not be there. So no one will tell us how to follow rituals and how to follow practices and why we are following even. So like that, everything will become destroyed. Adharma bhi bhavat Krishna. Pradyushanti kulastriya Srishu dushtasu varshaneya jayate varna shankara. When the religion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted. From the degradation of womanhood, who descendant of Vishnu comes unwanted progeny. So now this is very important. I will explain after we read the paper. Good population in the human society is the basic principle of peace and prosperity, spiritual progress in life. The Varnashram religion's principles were so designed that good population would prevail in the society for the general spiritual progress of the state and community. Such population depends on the chastity and faithfulness of its womanhood. As children were very prone to be misled, women are similarly very prone to degradation. Therefore, both children and women require protection by the elder members of the family. By being engaged in various religious practices, women will not be misled into adultery. According to Chanakya Pandit, women are generally not very intelligent and therefore not trustworthy. So, the different family traditions of religious activities should always engage them, and thus their chastity and devotion will give birth to a good population eligible for participating in Varnashram system. On the failure of such Varnashram dharma, naturally the women become free to act and mix with men, and thus adultery is indulged at the risk of unwanted population. Irresponsible men also provoke adultery in the society, and thus unwanted children flood the human race at the risk of war and pestilence. Okay, so this is one thing that is being mentioned here is that if so family traditions are going to be destroyed, we heard in the previous verse. So what will happen is, so one of the family traditions is giving donations, oblations for the ancestors. So there was Pitru Paksh last month. So some of you might have heard what happens in Pitru Paksh. We give some charity to any living entity, which is like food to any living entity, or maybe the cow or the dog or ant or the brahmanas. Like this, we can give some food to them so that our ancestors receive some food. So because in the Pitrulok, there is Pitrulok, and in Pitrulok, there is time difference. So 1 year on earth is 1 day on Pitrulok. And our ancestors, they eat once a day. And whatever we give here in the earth, they will eat there. So that is what is explained. So, and once a day, so that day is near this time actually. So in the previous month and this month, actually the veil between our planet and Bhuvarlok. So Bhuvarlok is actually the Pitrulok. It is the thinnest. So many of you might also know there is going to be Halloween soon. So like that. So in Halloween, there people give candies to children. So like that. They also, the idea is the same. And in 1 day before Diwali was Narka Chaturdashi or Bhoot Chaturdashi. So in the Sanatan Vedic rituals, it was a festival of Bhoot Chaturdashi. And in that we also give food to Brahmanas and then we send our Pitru back. So if you see in YouTube in Jagannath Puri, what they do is they send the ancestors back by a fire ritual. That you have come here, now you have eaten the food, now you go back. Don't stay here. So like that. There are many rituals which commemorate our ancestors, because our ancestors, they are also, sometimes they are in miserable conditions, so they are suffering. So to give them some food or some charity, so that their condition will be elevated, and by performing various rituals like Pitru Paksh, so we give them food and we give them some blessings so that their condition in hell will be uplifted. And another thing that is happening is that Arjun is calling Krishna a descendant of Vrishni. So a descendant of Vrishni means that he's reminding that, see, I am a descendant of Kauravas. Okay. Now, if what will happen to my dynasty, I am very worried about that. If I kill all of them, everybody will die. So you remember your own dynasty, that you are descendant of Vrishni dynasty, and if something happened to Vrishni dynasty, how will you feel? So Arjun is trying to remind So every word, everything is very, very difficult, like very, very thoughtful that he is doing like that. So he had put a lot of thought into that. And one thing here is that Chanakya Pandit is saying that women are generally not very intelligent. So lot of people actually misunderstand this statement that how come you are saying women are not intelligent? Women are equal to men in all respects, and women are actually better. So lot of feminists get offended at this verse and then they stop reading Bhagavad Gita. Actually, that is not what kind of intelligence we are referring here. So there are three kinds of intelligence. So one is IQ, and one is EQ, and one is SQ. So IQ means intelligence quotient. So in earlier times, there was this idea that the more a person has IQ, the more successful they will be. That meant that lot of people spend lot of effort doing IQ test. There was a society called Mensa, and we will create a lot of IQ. And lot of IQ, they did lot of tests. So they were geometry, pattern recognition tests, and there were color, and there were different synonyms and different. If this is related to this, then that is related to what. So like that puzzle type of questions. And lot of people spend lot of effort in honing those IQ. And it was found out that people with the maximum IQ, they were not the most successful people. Generally, they were depressed. And in actual fact, people who were able to make friends very easily, they were able to make business deals, and they were able to find public relations. If they were very good at public relations, they were generally more successful than people with the highest IQ. So then they invented a new thing, that there is an emotional quotient, EQ. And then people started working on the soft skills, that communication skills and leadership skills, people skills, like that. So everybody wanted to, because it was found out that more success in life would mean they have more emotional quotient. So like that, they determined that if you have more EQ, then you have the most intelligence. So then people started working on that. But then again, it was found out that even after people having most EQ and being more successful outwardly, so they would appear successful, they would appear that they are richest among their peers in the classroom because they have the most EQ. They were able to negotiate getting a job, and they were able to negotiate a business deal, like that. So they became outwardly successful. And but when you go and ask them inside that, are you happy, you are so rich, are you really happy, then it was found out that most of the people who were claiming to have most EQ, and they were not actually happy. It was found out that they were actually suffering because maybe because they were too hard, and then they were good at maintaining relations, but maybe their own family relation they couldn't maintain, or maybe because they worked too hard, they missed like their daughter's basketball match or whatever. So they missed several life events because of working and because of trying to be successful, because of trying to run after achievements. They became unhappy in life, and they were just like, they only knew this way to live. So even after they were unhappy, so then they invented a new intelligence, spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence means spiritual quotient, SQ. So first was IQ, that if you are able to crack puzzles very easily, if you are able to solve difficult hard questions of physics or whatever. So then second was EQ. If you are able to, if you have soft skills, if you are able to maintain relationships, and by trickery or by cleverness, you can advance in life if you have those EQ skills. Then the third was spiritual quotient, that if you have understood that what life is all about, that eventually everybody has to die, and eventually money does not buy happiness, and like that. So those people who are spiritually very clever, that they have understood that see, only working in certain way will not give me happiness, and if I have this life and I want to gain happiness, then I have to have something, some more meaning to life than just getting a good job, getting into a good college, that all those things are important. We need those things, but it is not related to how happy we are in life eventually. If we, what things are we sacrificing? We have to look at that. If for getting a job, I am sacrificing my health, that I am working 20 hours a week, 20 hours a day, and then my health is suffering. So actually, if I reflect and look at my life, then I am not happy. And like that, several things. So that all comes in spiritual quotient. And actual meaning of SQ or spiritual quotient is that realizing that you are not this body, that you are something more than this body, that this body is there, which is a very good thing that you have this body, but you are the owner of this body. And this body is always changing. And maybe all of us know that we are not the body, we are not even the mind, we are actually the spirit soul. So that is the actual intelligence. And but a person who is actually intelligent will act on that, that I am not that body. What does that mean? What action should I do that reflect that I am the soul? So sometimes we are, every action that we take, we can understand that are we serving the body or are we serving the soul? So one example could be that, let's say you have an argument with your family member. Maybe you have an argument with your father, and then you become angry at your father and you say some things. So then we can reflect, and we can say that becoming angry was not in my best interest, first of all, that this did not lead to any good outcome. I could have stayed silent, and then maybe later I could have explained my point. So that is one thing. And then intelligence is that I am not this body, that I have this body and I have a relationship with my father. And the best course of action is to stay humble and then act accordingly. So if we are facing some problem in life, then we need a higher consciousness to get out of that problem. We can't solve the problem by the same consciousness that created the problem in the first place. So we'll see in Arjuna's example also that Arjuna's consciousness was very material, that he was thinking that how will I enjoy? So he was doing material calculation. I will not be able to enjoy, and these people will die. So actually Krishna will explain that these people are soul, they will not die. And then he will say that all these problems will happen. And one important thing is that the women at that time, they were generally have to be protected. So at that time, he was saying that, see, women will also fall into this problem because men were carrying the weapons and women were not carrying any weapons. So if men are more powerful, then it will be a problem for all the women, that all the men of our family are dead, and the women, how will they protect themselves? Because they were not taught at that time technology of weapons. So like that. So the most important thing is we have to understand that we are not the body and we are the soul. Because Arjuna's all these questions were coming out of the idea that he is the body. And all these problems that he is facing is because he was thinking that I am the body. So understanding that we are not the body and we are the soul, that is the true spiritual intelligence. And here, what Chanakya Pandit is saying is that women are less intelligent. So it's not that women are not intelligent. Actually, materially speaking, based on IQ and EQ, it is mentioned that women are 4 times more intelligent. In different scriptures, in Manu Smriti and other scriptures, it is mentioned that women are actually 4 times more intelligent than men. When it comes to business, when it comes to politics, when it comes to different things, then women actually can do more intelligent things. But understanding that they are not the body and they are the soul is a thing that out of 100 people, if there are 100 men and 100 women, then let's say 5 men will understand and only 3 women will understand that we are not the body and we are the soul. So compared to men, that women are less intelligent in this regard. So because of the nature of men and women, the nature of men and women is sort of different, because women by nature, they are very attached to one thing is attention, that they want some attention, that if they are bored or they can't remain bored. They at least want some attention. So I'm not making all this up. So this is mentioned. So that women, first of all, they want attention, some of it, and then they want some material things. And the second thing is that men, they are very interested in the lust, that they are after the lustful activities and by nature. So it is very difficult for men to come out of lust, and it is very difficult for women to come out of the lust of attention, that for want of attention and want of their material desires being fulfilled. So they want somebody who can fulfill their material desires, and men want somebody who is very beautiful. So like that, there are different natures of men and women. But natures of men can be controlled if they are following the Varnashram Dharma very strictly. Because if they are following Varnashram Dharma strictly, then men are supposed to keep 25 years of Brahmacharya. That for 25 years, they will remain in Brahmacharya ashram and they will not indulge in any of the sexual activities. So like that. So due to that reason, men can be controlled, and therefore, if men realize that they are not the body, men will become intelligent. So anybody who doesn't realize that they are not the body and they are the soul actually is less intelligent. So by that definition, all of us are less intelligent. And because the brahmacharya was not there for women, and women were all married at that culture, in that culture, so we have to understand that this statement is there, but we don't have to take it that women are not intelligent, I will not read Bhagavad-gītā from today. So that is not the whole point. I hope that was a little bit clear. Anybody want to ask any questions about that or any other things we discussed today? Did anybody understand anything we discussed today? Please raise your hands. Yes. Some of you understood some things. Yes. Others didn't understand anything. Okay. No worries. Nobody has any questions? Okay. Either everybody understood everything or nobody understood anything. But we will stop here, I think. And yeah, so thank you for joining. I hope you join again next week. That will mean that people got something out of the class.
Thank you so much for the lovely class, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Oh,
Kancha
Hare
kalpataru
Krishna.
vishwāsupatindyo vaivasa patitānāṁ pāvanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I hope it was recording. Yes, it is
yes,
recording.
Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.